Good morning or good afternoon, my time. Good morning, your time, maybe. I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to kind of shuffle in. I am just tagging everybody in the group. If you're watching live, make sure you drop hashtag live below. Let me know you are watching. If you're catching the replay, same as always, drop hashtag replay. Ooh. Perfect. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions as I'm going through this stuff too. I want to talk about how I grew a brand new profile, obviously, to where it's at today, but also 10K in profit. And obviously, you guys know I've been in this online space for 2 years, so this is not a fluke, right? This is just me using all that knowledge that I've gotten over the last 2 years, all the investments I made, all the mistakes I made, and turning it into profit, right? So, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here, and I have just a little presentation, aka like a Google Doc, just to kind of go through some talking points and kind of take you on the journey with me of why I decided to create a brand new profile and the lessons I've learned, obviously, and obviously, reaping the rewards of making money online, right? So let me know if you guys can see this. And if you can't, let me know that as well. All right, so the profile powerhouse. Now, the biggest thing about this, and I think the coolest thing, especially for me and my angle of it all, is how I use just a regular Facebook profile, right? It's not a Facebook page. It's not a business page. I'm not running ads. I'm playing in the organic space, which just means it's free traffic, right? I'm playing on the strengths of each platform because every platform is different, right? You have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have YouTube Shorts, right? All these platforms are different, so you never know where your audience is hiding, right? I've always had good luck on Facebook, and when I just say luck, I mean just attracting the right people. Facebook has billions of users. All I'm doing is tapping into that market and starting to generate more leads around the clock, right? And this is not something I did, right? When I first started this original profile, right, back in 2021, I only had 3.k followers, right? There was no short form content at that point, right? Facebook didn't have reels. It was just playing in the organic space where you would go into groups, add people, send them a cold DM, and hope that eventually one day they would buy from you, right? And that's how we did this. Like John and I did this over and over and over again. And it just really sucked up a lot of time, unfortunately, right? But again, it's just lessons learned. I'm not saying this strategy doesn't work because I know it does. Obviously, I've made my first $1,000 doing that. But when I talk about prioritizing your time and energy and really focusing on what matters most, right? My kids, having them, being around them, watching them grow. I want to focus on running a business that's running for me around the clock without me having to be sitting behind my computer or being on my phone to run the business, right? So that is a big, big win for us on our side, right? It's figuring that out and tapping into that market. So backstory, right? I created a brand new profile because back in 2021, before I got into the Facebook organic world, I purchased a done for you funnel, right? And I used paid ads to run traffic to that funnel. I was spending about $20 a day and then ended up getting banned and restricted on Facebook ads with this account. Eventually, over time, my profile was not being recommended, right? And it started to hurt my organic reach. So instead of generating leads around the clock, I had to be actively going into groups to add people. And again, this is not something I wanted to do. And I know that there's softwares, there's automations you can use, but I am definitely not the most tech savvy person in the world. So I stay clear of all that stuff, right? So biggest thing for me, right? I recently started a brand new Facebook because Facebook now allows us to have multiple different profiles. Before they didn't, right? You can only have the one. So I took a risk and I was like, I'm going to start a brand new account and I'm going to show my clients that you can take a profile from 0 to as many followers as you want, all by using our content strategy, right? All by using the 2-hour workday method, right? Again, prioritizing our time and energy over everything, right? Not going into groups, not adding friends, not doing any of that craziness, just strictly playing on that free traffic on these platforms to generate us leads, right? So I took a risk, and obviously you guys see how that went, right? 60,000 followers, and this is growing every single day, right? Right now we're averaging about 100 new followers a day. And again, it's just because of what I'm going to share with you guys later on in this presentation, right? So we did it without running ads, right? Sending 100 friend requests a day or paying for followers. I know that people try to sell traffic. That's just not what we do. One, because I want to make sure that the people joining my world actually want to be there, right? Two is because it's going to hurt your engagement. And three, usually when you're paying for followers, they're going to be in third world countries and they're not going to be your target audience. And that hurts you in so many different levels, right? Your target audience is important that you understand, because at the end of the day, if you're talking to the wrong people, you're not going to make any money online, right? That's just the reality of it, right? So the profile powerhouse, right? Transforming a new profile into 10K a month. And I did it in 4 simple steps, right? Number one, and I think the biggest thing that holds a lot of people back, is trying to figure out what your offer is. What are you selling online? Now, again, I've been in this online space for 2 years now, right? So I have this down packed, but I know especially for beginners, this is probably the hardest thing to determine, right? So I want to give you guys just a little bit more clarity around that so you can take this information and go out there and run, right? What is your offer? And remember, your offer is going to determine your niche, right? You don't have to have a niche and an offer, right? If you're in this make money online world, your niche is going to be wealth, right? If you're selling real estate, your niche is going to be wealth, right? If you're selling clothing, right? Under Armour, Nike, sneakers, whatever it is, naturally it's going to be fitness, right? Because it's a fitness product. Right? So stop thinking like, I have to niche down, I have to figure out all this stuff. You don't. Figure out what you want to sell. Your offer will determine your niche, right? And here's just an example, right? I always tell people to zoom out a little bit. You'll realize that marketing is all around us. Anything that you're buying, any fitness products, anything like healthcare, skincare, glasses, whatever. Like I'm wearing my glasses, Under Armour t-shirt, right? That's marketing, right? And an example of all of this, right? In the health niche, it can be a course, it can be a software, it could be a tool, it could be a digital product, it could be coaching, consulting, a physical product, books, right? It doesn't have to be all of these things. It doesn't have to be crazy to overthink this stuff. Just kind of figure out what you want to promote, right? Health, supplements, workout plans, meal preps, equipment, coaching, physical products, again, right? And relationship, dating apps, coaching, consulting, physical products, right? These are the top 3 niches that are the most profitable online, right? Another one that I didn't include because I didn't have enough space was pets, right? People love their animals, right? So that's another one that's great. And when you think about it, again, like PlayStation, right? I have a PS5 control here. If I was saying, hey, this is the worst controller on the market, let me tell you why. And then I can sell an upgraded version. I can sell a different brand of it, right? Not PlayStation, right? And all I'm doing is embedding affiliate links inside of my marketing, right? So don't overcomplicate this. I know in the beginning it can be really hard, but find something that you truly believe in. Find something that you've actually tested and it works. And honestly, find something that you can talk about all day, every day. Right? Digital marketing is one big thing for me. I joined the Make Money Online world because I wanted to learn how to make money online. Wealth, right? I just needed to find a product or a service that fit right for me, right? And I tried $7 courses. I tried ads. I tried done for you stuff. I tried softwares, and none of it was working because I didn't believe in that product. When I joined my first mentorship, I believed in everything that we were doing behind the scenes, and I actually saw results from it. So I started promoting it, right? It's as simple as that, right? Don't overcomplicate it. I promise it is not as difficult as everyone makes it out to be. I promise, right? So once you're getting clear on your offer, obviously my main offer is our 2-hour workday playbook. That's where we work with you for 365 days. And we really work on starting your profile, starting and growing your audience, And last but not least is activating your 2-hour workday method, where you're prioritizing your time and energy and still making money online, right? That's our main offer. So big thing right there. So once you're clear in your offer, everything else falls into play, right? Step 2, content that converts. Short form content has absolutely changed the way that we do marketing. I used to go into groups and add people. Now they were in my world. I used to always just post long form content. If you go to my original profile, Cassie Lopez, and you scroll all the way back to August 2021, you'll see that I love quotes, right? The cheesy quotes, I was posting them all day, every day. And that's how I was building engagement, right? So now, instead of going out there and finding my leads, I'm generating them now through my short form content, right? Whether it's a reel on Instagram or Facebook, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Pinterest, wherever it is, right? Whatever platform you choose, you just need to find that right piece of content to talk to your audience. And typically it's going to be short form content, right? Big part here and how I was able to explode my following was picking a controversial hook, right? It makes people stop scrolling and leave comments and engage, right? Any social media platform is going to favor engagement, even TikTok, right? TikTok is now an SEO, right? People are using it to search more than Google, right? So when we can insert and start building engagement, whether it's through a controversial hook or through just pissing people off, you're going to be able to grow your following, right? You're going to repel the people that you don't want to work with, but you're also going to start attracting people who actually agree with what you're saying, right? So the more comments, the more engagement, whether it's like, love, or hate, the more that piece of content is going to get pushed out for free, right? That's the power of engagement. That's the power of free traffic, right? Organic traffic, right? And this is just some examples to kind of get the wheels turning in your heads, right? 1, Under Armour is way better than Nike. Here's why. You're going to piss people off that love Nike, right? But you're also going to start attracting people that love Under Armour, right? You can talk about the price. You could talk about, the different, shoes. You could talk about the equipment. You could talk about all these things, right? But it's meant to piss people off, but also to attract the right people, right? Now, second one, right? Master resale rights will kill affiliate marketing in 2024. And here's why. Right? That right there is a hook of gold, right? If you're in master reselling rights, I will recommend you try this one. But again, it's just putting your angles on it and talking your truth, right? Why is it going to kill it, right? Now, because you have a digital course, right? That you can create, but not only teaches you how to be successful with digital marketing, but also gives you something to sell, right? Kind of a 2-for-1 type deal, right? Third point, right? Keto is the worst diet for you. Carbs are the best. Here's why. Right? And you just go into that. You're going to piss people off. I'm telling you guys, but you're going to attract the people that think like you and that agree with what you're saying, right? It's the best thing. Last example, right? And this can be in like the relationship niche, right? This is just one that I just thought was funny, right? Here's why women are the number 1 reason for divorce, right? Here's why men are the number 1 reasons why people get divorced, right? Again, it's just going to attract more people into your world, right? And create conversation, right? If you get a hate comment, and this is another thing that beginners tend to like get flustered about, I choose violence every day. If you're going to hate on my stuff, I'm going to push you because why not? But if you're not that type of person, just thank them for engaging and blocking them, right? It's as simple as that, right? You don't have to do it. I do it just because I think it's fun sometimes. Now, these hooks are going to piss people off, like I said before, but also pull out individuals that think like you, right? Naturally, you're going to start attracting people into your world and repel the wrong people, right? The people that are dropping hate, repel them, right? But then you'll also see that those haters are going to start becoming interested in what you have to sell or what you're doing online, right? For example, I had one lady and she's like, your hair's a mess. Your couch has toys on it. No one would ever buy from you. I'm like, why does that matter? Right? So again, I egged her on, right? I post another piece of content with results and she's like, well, how do I make money online? Right? Obviously, I don't want to work with someone like that, right? But again, it's so much fun, right? To mess with her, right? So I was like, sent her the clown emoji and I was like, hey, the circus is calling. They need you back. And I blocked her, right? Called it a day. But again, those comments are going to just help your engagement, whether they're good or bad, right? Right. Step 3, connections, right? Let me know if I'm going through all this stuff too fast too. I know that I can ramble on. I love this stuff. If I am, I can slow down. Just let me know, right? Step 3, connections. Now, a lot of people will post those controversial hooks, but also not layer in other forms of content, right? So you want to connect the dots between that content and your offer. What are you doing behind the scenes, right? So I created a controversial hook, right? Exposing side hustles, because I was just tired of seeing them. I know they didn't work. I've been trying some of those side hustles in 2021 when I got into the online space, didn't work, and it pissed me off. So I wanted to expose them. So I started doing that. But in the meantime, I was still posting other forms of content that spoke directly to my target audience. So yes, I was getting a lot of eyeballs, but I was also weeding out people who were going to waste my time, people who think that they're going to come into this online space and make money overnight, because it's not going to happen, and people that are not willing to put in the work. And I talk about that stuff. And you'll hear me talk about it all day, every day, because I don't want to attract the wrong people into my world. I much rather lose out on a sale because people think it's easy than to work with somebody and realize that they were just not the right fit. So if I can avoid that by just speaking directly to my target audience in my content, it makes everything so much easier, right? And then continue to layer in, again, other forms like long form, lead magnets, stuff like that. If you haven't checked out the guide section inside the group, make sure that you do. There's trainings all on those types of topics as well, right? So an example of doing this, especially as a beginner, right? Keep in mind, like, this is very much beginner friendly. You want to take your audience on a journey with you. So if you're not like me, who's been in the online space for 2 years, struggled a lot, spent a lot of money, and you're brand new to the world and you want to know if this is right for you, or you took a class or you invested something and you're trying to come up with different content, an example is just taking them on a journey with you, right? Day 1 of using MRR to make 1K online. Right. And I'm going to talk about all the stuff I did that day. I created a piece of content. I went live inside my Facebook group. I had X amount of conversations. I sent X amount of offers, right? I invited 4 people into my Facebook group. Whatever you're doing, you just want to document your journey, right? Because when you hit that first 1K, now it just shows validation that your process works, right? And you're just taking your audience on a journey with you over and over and over again. Right. And that's okay. Right. Like, people love that. People that I've been in the online space for since 2021 are like, hey, Cass, how did you grow your audience like that? That's crazy. Right. Hey, Cass, I remember when you were struggling, blah, blah, blah. I remember when we were doing X, Y, and Z. Right. It's about making those connections. People love following along with the journey. Second example, right? Day 1 of running 1 mile in my Nike shoes versus my Under Armour shoes. Right? We can talk about my feet hurt. I get shin splints, right? I get shin splints with any other sneaker that's not a specific Under Armour shoe. I get shin splints. Don't know why. It hates me. I also cannot run on like the rubber track, shin splints, right? And I can talk about this stuff because I'm actually running, right? Because the military, I have to be fit, right? There's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I have to be deployment ready at all times, even as a reservist. So talk about the stuff, right? And then show examples, right? Take your audience on a journey. If you're on a weight loss journey and you're not using keto, but you're using a different diet, record yourself. Talk about what you're eating. Talk about if you're doing any exercises. Talk about if you have a gym membership and you go to the gym, whatever it is, right? Just take your audience on a journey with you, right? And don't be afraid to show them when you make a mistake. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, right? It's hard at the beginning, but the amount of people that will resonate with you is going to be absolutely insane, right? In a world full of AI, different tools, automations, and softwares, people just want to buy from others and actually feel like they're being supported day in and day out, right? Because a lot of these people will sell you all this craziness, all these softwares and all that stuff that you don't need in the beginning. All you need is just to keep it simple and to target the right people. Right? Whatever your process looks like. Last but not least, step 4, right? Conversations, offers, right? If you're not having conversations, you're not going to be able to send out offers. Conversations are crucial, and while most people are going to tell you just have the link in your bio and tell them to click the link in your bio to buy your stuff, you're leaving a lot of money on the table because you're hoping and praying that someone clicks the link in the bio. Instead, take an active approach, right? If people are engaging in your posts, or people are dropping call to actions, or people are actually interested in what you have to offer, have a conversation with them, right? Kind of see what they're looking to do. Look at what they want, what their goals are. Look at what they're doing right now, currently. Look at if they purchased something, right? Ask these questions because they're super important to understand. Now you can take that information and start creating content based on there, right? So instead of having to come up with content ideas every single week, use the business to fuel the content. Now, if you're getting objections, right? Hey, it's just not working. I don't know if this is going to work for me, blah, blah, blah. Create a piece of content overcoming those objections, right? We have a lot of limiting beliefs in our heads, right? You need a big social media platform in order to make money online, right? I just showed you my 3K following profile. I closed over $400,000 in sales just on that profile. I created a brand new profile, 60,000, right? And I just hit that 10K mark, right? A little bit over now, but still, think about it like that. You don't need a huge social media following. You just need to be talking to the right people, right? And when you can monetize a small audience, kudos to you, right? Shout out to Allie, one of our clients. She just got her first sale online with 3 followers, right? Again, you just need to be talking to the right people, right? Big thing there. When you take the time to understand your prospects' wants and needs, you can help obviously them and help fill in the gap with relevant needs, right? If someone's looking to lose weight, but they're not sure how, and you have meal preps, you have exercises, you have all this stuff, here, take this stuff, right? Start building those connections and those relationships, right? Prioritize the relationship, because when you do that, the money will flow, right? People want to buy from someone who actually cares and actually understands what they're looking to do online. They're not looking to buy from just the next guru. That's just not going to happen, right? So get down, think about what made you purchase something, right? What made you want to start working out again? What made you want to make money online? Think about that and start thinking about the limiting beliefs that you had when you first started, right? Again, followers, needing, a huge social media following, needing, to make money before you can sell something, needing to, be fit before you can start exercising or posting exercise content, stuff like that. It's just limiting beliefs. Instead, just take your audience on a journey with you, right? People love that. And they love to actually see someone actually doing it, right? So when I go in and I'm exposing these side hustles, I'm actually going and applying and doing all this stuff, right? I'm not just saying, hey, this side hustle doesn't work, on to the next. No, I'm showing them why it doesn't work, right? Big piece there. So for example, too, right? When you're sending out offers, if your offer is $100 and you want to make an extra $1,000, you need to send out at least 10 offers a month, right? And the reality is none of us have 100% closing rate, right? So double that. So you need to get 20 offers in your prospect's hands to make $1,000. So the more offers you're sending, the better. Now, what I'm not saying is go ahead and spam everybody with a post. Don't do that. It's a quick way to not make money online. But when you take the time to actually have a conversation and to see what actually they're looking to accomplish online, and you're inserting an offer that is actually relevant, they're going to actually be more likely to close, right? No sales calls, none of that. We close 2K deals without having to jump on the phone, right? That's a big thing for me, a big no-no for me, right? I'll send voice memos, stuff like that, send a quick video, but I just don't have time with the kids screaming, yelling. I wouldn't be 100% focused on the conversation because of the babies. All right. So is this making sense? Am I going too fast? I know we kind of rambled through a lot of these. Let me know, throw some likes or love or whatever it is in the comments, just so I know that this stuff is not going over your heads, right? One big piece of it too, of how I was able to make that 10K is because our main offer ranges from $1,500 to $2,000, right? So 5 offers equals 10K, right? And again, they're not all going to close. So how can I provide enough value in the front end and pre-sell my audience on my plan and my process daily, right? And I'm doing that with my content. So keep that in mind as well, right? Big limiting belief is that, you know, selling high ticket is a lot harder than selling low ticket. Not the case. You know, take it from someone who's tried to sell a $7 course. You're going to put the same amount of work, the same amount of time and energy into selling a $7 product than you will selling a $10,000 product. It's going to take the same amount of work, right? So if you're like me, playing in this digital marketing space, and you have a high ticket offer, the likeliness of you being able to make your goal and to hit those goals easier is to sell those high ticket, right? You're going to send out a lot of offers. You're going to have to do a lot of follow-up, but that's okay. The more offers you send, the better off you are. They might not close today. They might not close next month, right? 6 months, a year, right? They might not close right then and there, but the more offers you're sending out, the better it is for you, right? And following up, right? And if they don't take you up for your offer, ask them why. What can I do better? What can I improve on? That feedback, that real-time feedback is unmatched, right? And it could be just, hey, the funds are not there. Hey, I love everything about it. I just have to wait until after the holidays. 100% okay. I'm here when you're ready, right? Those high pressure sale tactics, stuff like that, doesn't work. People get automatically, they're like shut down when you start using those high ticket sales tactics. Just doesn't work, right? Take it from me. Done that, been there, been in sales my entire life. First job was selling. My last job was selling. And here in the digital marketing space, I focus more on my content and the relationships to do the selling for me, right? Not being that hard driver and like pushing sales. Because again, you want to make sure that person is right for your product or service, and you're not pushing them to do something that they're not ready for, right? Wait until they're ready. They're more likely to take action, put in the work, and stay consistent when it's there, when it's time is ready for them, right? Not for you. So that's what I have for now. Any questions or anything around this? Any questions you guys might have in general? Let me know down below. Yes, Vanessa, hate comments still make you money. They sure do. The haters hate. If you don't have haters, then you're not doing something right. I tell that to everybody. Right? If you're out there trying to talk to everybody, or you're trying to make everybody happy, it's just not going to work out for you, right? You have to draw a line in the sand. You have to stand out, right? So by you saying like this online space is not for everybody, you know, people are going to say, well, anybody can make money online. No, I don't think that anybody can make money online, because the work that you have to put in and the mental battles you're going to have to face, it's hard for some people, and some people can't take it, right? I almost quit a few times, but I didn't, right? But I wanted to, right? And again, the mental battles are for real. And no matter how much money you're making online, you're still going to have those hurdles, all the time, right? The mindset plays, or the mind plays very fun games with you, right? They trick you a lot. Any questions or anything like that? If I don't get anything, yeah, Vanessa, for sure. It's hard. There's like no words for me to actually like talk about like the mindset of it all, but you know, there's times where you just feel like you're not doing enough. There's times where you're doing a lot and you're not seeing any results, right? And your mind is just going to play tricks on you, right? It's going to be like, you're not good enough, right? It's not going to work for you, right? And I've had those mental battles like monthly, right? Even this month, right? I'm like, I could be doing more, right? I should have been posting more content while I was away with the military. I should have been going live when I was away with the military, right? I was like so hard on myself, and I'm my biggest critic. Like no one can tell me something online that I haven't said like worse things to myself, right? So going and like people hating and stuff, I'm just like, whatever, like I've said worse shit to myself, you know. But being able to overcome those mental hurdles is not easy, but it's definitely worth it, right? Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, sometimes you need to take a little break. I tried to take a break once and I almost didn't come back to the online space because it was just a lot, right? So especially if you're a beginner, give yourself some grace, right? Things are not going to happen overnight. right? This is a hard game to play in, especially mentally, right? Your limiting beliefs are going to push you and make you feel like you're not good enough for any of this, right? But you have to push through it, right? You have to. And it's easier when you have an accountability partner. John has been my accountability partner, my partner in success, since we both joined the same mentorship. And if it wasn't for him, like realizing that I wasn't showing up for my coaching calls, realizing that I just stopped taking action, I probably would have been done with it, right? Like he hit me up and he's like, hey, I haven't seen you. Where you been? And I'm like, well, damn, people are really noticing that I'm gone, right? So find an accountability partner, right? It could be someone in the same niche. It could be someone outside of the niche, right? It could be someone, you know, a close friend. It could be someone that you haven't even met, right? I didn't even meet John until we moved to Florida and I was stationed at McDill. That's when I met him in person. And then we built this whole thing together, right? Because we just think alike. But again, that accountability part it's killer, right? Like no words could describe like the amount of gratefulness I feel that John walked into my life. And we met each other in the online space, total strangers before. I never would have talked to the guy, never would have saw him as a complete stranger. And we met and we created our little baby together, you know, and that's it. Yeah, the haters don't bother me. I love it. Hey, more power to you, girl. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm new while my husband is without work. We have payments in the house, so I'm looking for something to do at home because I have a job. And I'm not enough for all the costs. And so yeah, it's definitely gonna take time, right? So do some research, right? I'm very big into like not selling people this idea of digital marketing because it's gonna take time to see results. Typically anywhere between 3 to 6 months, right, to see results, especially in the digital marketing space. So if it's not something that you can financially, right, afford to wait 3 to 6 months for, there's other things out there. I'm not saying that they're easier. By all means, anything in this online space is going to require a lot of work or investment, right? So biggest thing is to do your research. There's a lot out there, right? Don't fall into the rabbit hole of like side hustles and stuff like that. Typically, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. But again, 3 to 6 months is probably the biggest thing that we've seen. Obviously, we had clients come in and, you know, she made her first sale not too long after joining us, but it doesn't happen to everybody. And I don't like to sell the idea that this is easy because again, it's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be. So you have to just do your research. If it's not something that you can financially afford right now, there's other things. Amazon influencer program, that's one that I've been trying to get my foot in for a really long time. Unfortunately, I don't qualify. But that one is like you doing reviews. Walmart now has an influencer program as well. So you can do like reviews and like post videos, and it doesn't have to be stuff that you actually purchase from Walmart. Like I have this, they sell it on Walmart and they sell it on, you know, on Amazon. I can do a review of this controller, right? It's pink, you know, dual sensitive, whatever it is, right? And if somebody watches that video and purchases it, then you make a commission, right? But again, it's going to take time. Like I don't like to sell the idea that this is going to be, you know, 90 days, you know, people sell, hey, 90 days, you're gonna make all this money, 10K 90 days, typically doesn't happen. And if it happens, it's for few people, right? So I'd rather be 100% transparent with you than to give you false information, right? Yes, Vanessa, I'm glad. Yeah, I do that to my clients too. I'm like, hey, I haven't seen you post in a while. What you got going on there, right? So you just have to find someone who pushes you, right? I was terrified to get behind the camera when I first started. I was one of those doing like the pointing, right? The 7-second videos and pointing, right? And I realized that 7 seconds was taking me like 3 minutes to like line up the words, figure out the timing, all that stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get behind the camera and I'm going to talk, right? And I did. It's scary. The videos come up now because I've been doing short form content for a year. So if I go into the Cassie profile, I'll see those videos and I'll absolutely want to cry because they're so cringe, but everything worked out, right? We got to where we needed to get. Yeah, I have to be honest. It sucks because it's not something that a lot of people want to hear, but I've been in this online space for a really long time. I spent a lot of money trying to make this work. So I'd rather be 100% transparent than having you fall into this false belief that this is going to happen overnight, because it's not. I'll make sure to drop the documents here in the video right after we end the live too, so you guys have access to the documents. So if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're watching the replay and you have questions, just drop them below as well. Any other questions, comments, anything you guys got going on? If you don't, I'm gonna go rearrange my house for the 5th time this month. I have not put up the Christmas tree, so I have to figure out how to do that where it's a safe distance that the twins can't grab it. So that's what my afternoon will be looking like. All right, awesome. And last but not least, if you are interested in finding out a little bit more information about what we do and how we do it behind the scenes, make sure you drop hashtag ATM below and I'll hook you up with the details. Again, we're going to work with you for 365 days. The biggest thing is because I know that this takes time and I want you to be supportive. We meet weekly. We do a lot of cool things behind the scenes. So let me know if you want that information. You know, we'll go through a little qualification thing because, of course, I want to make sure that this is right for you. And if it's not right for you, then I want to point you in a direction where it's going to be better suitable for you, right? I did research whole month, but everything I found just empty promises and sorry bullshit. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I'll do is I'll send you a DM and let's just chat to see kind of what you're looking for and then see if there's someone that I know that can help you or something that comes to mind as we're having a conversation. So be on the lookout for a DM. A lot of my messages are getting sent to spam. So check your message request folder and your spam folder if you don't see it automatically. And then let's just have a chat. Let's see if there's something that we can get you going, right? And especially being in, you know, Europe, Australia, I know that a lot of stuff is restricted as well to, you know, typically like the US and stuff like that too. So be on the lookout for the DM. I'll message you right after this. And again, I'm going to drop the doc down below in the comments. So if you guys want access to that, let me know. And if you're watching the replay, have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Other than that, thank you so much. Sorry for delaying this. I know I was supposed to go live like 2 weeks ago, but I was away with the military and I did not anticipate it being so busy. And yeah, I got so lost and just being tired and we didn't have any days off for like 13 days. So by like 7, 8 p.m., I was already knocked out. So I didn't have enough energy to go live and to bring you guys the best training possible. So appreciate you guys coming to hang out. Have a great day. Happy holidays to everyone out there. And again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out.